Hello comic book guys and gals, and welcome to Comic Mag Musings. I'm your host, Bill Miller. Now if you're like me, you enjoy science fiction comics, and you also like top 100 lists. Since I couldn't find any lists of the top pre-code science fiction comics, I decided to make my own. I had a ton of fun with the previous pre-code war series, and that fun has certainly continued with this series. If you like cool and imaginative comic book covers by some of the giants of the industry, then you're sure to enjoy this series of videos. First, the criteria. The comics had to have been published prior to carrying the Comics Code Authority seal, and the title had to primarily be a science fiction title. Now, some of the eligible titles are from other genres, but they switched to a science fiction context for a period of time. Lastly, these are not necessarily either the most popular or the most expensive sci-fi books. They are simply the best science fiction comic book covers, in my humble opinion. It was extremely challenging to first select and then rank these covers, but it was a labor of love, and I had an absolute blast making these videos. I made a series of 5 videos with 20 entries in each one, so please join me for the first 20 covers as we count down the top 100 pre-code science fiction comic book covers. Alright, leading off our list at number 100, we have Major Inapac, the Space Ace, issue number 1, from Magazine Enterprises, published in 1951. Cover art duties by Bob Powell. And I really love the expression of fear on the face of the fellow in the green spacesuit. Coming in hot at number 99, we have Mystery in Space, issue number 1. Coming from DC Comics. On the shelves in April of 1951. Cover art by Carmine Infantino. And this one has most of the elements: an astronaut, a spaceship, outer space, and a lovely red dress. At number 98, Superworld Comics, again issue number 1, published by Comos Publications, out in March of 1940. Cover art chores handled by Frank Paul. The alien insects are absolutely bonkers in this image. Swinging in at 97, we have Popular Comics issue number 59 from Dell Publishing, published in December of 1940. Cover artist is E.C. Stoner. This is a fantastic early sci-fi cover with cool aliens and strong, vibrant colors. At 96, we have Crusader from Mars, issue number 2. This is put out by Ziff Davis, hitting stores in March of 1952. Cover art duty was handled by Alan Anderson. A red dress, bondage, and torture. What more could a sci-fi fan want? Zapping in at 95, we have Captain Rocket, number 1, from PL Publishing, produced in November of 1951. Unfortunately, the cover artist is unknown. You have a cool rocket, a lovely female, a futuristic phaser weapon, and unique helmets. At 94, we have Rocket Ship X, issue number 1, from Fox, published in September of 1951. We're uncertain of the cover artist, but it may be Jack Abel. The totally practical outfit the blonde is wearing is what sold me on this cover. Phasing in at 93, we have Tom Corbett, Space Cadet, issue number 4. From Dell Publishing, hitting the stands in November of 1953. Cover art chores handled by Al McWilliams. A beautiful painted cover with a fantastic explosion in the background. At 92, we have Flash Gordon, number 3, from Harvey, out in February of 1951. We're not positive about the cover artist, but it's believed to be Alex Raymond. A classic science fiction character coming to the rescue of a woman in bondage who is in a perilous predicament. At 91, we have Strange Adventures, issue number 10, from DC Comics, out in May of 1951. Cover art by Carmine Infantino. We have a handsome couple menaced by an alien monster busting out of a containment cylinder. How wonderful is that? Kicking off number 90, we have Atom Age Combat, issue number 5, from St. John, published in April of 1953. Yet again, unfortunately, we're not certain who the cover artist is. Wrestling with a bright green alien with a ship exploding in the background. More, please. Appearing at 89, we have Space Action, issue number 1, from Ace Magazines. Produced in June of 1952. Cover art by Lou Cameron. A great space background with a lovely gal and a Sunday punch in the foreground. Zooming in at 88, we have Space Detective, number 2, from Avon, hitting the shelves in November of 1951. Cover artist is Wally Wood. A lovely blonde and 2 fantastic, creepy aliens sold me on this cover. At 87, we have Speed Carter Spaceman, issue number 6, from Atlas/Marvel, out in July of 1954. Cover art by Joe Maneely. Now, not a lot of cats can pull off an orange and purple spacesuit, but this cat makes it look easy. Couple that with a scary alien, and you've got me hooked. Phasing in at 86, we have Weird Tales of the Future, issue number 6, from Stanley Morse, hitting the stands in March of 1953. The incomparable Bernard Bailey with the cover art. A space explosion and creepy aliens created by a master of pre-code horror. Zooming in at 85, we had Weird Science, issue number 18, from EC Comics, hitting the stands in March of 1953. Wally Wood with the cover art. An atomic explosion and sleek spaceships highlight this image. Blasting into number 84, we have Planet Comics, issue number 10, from Fiction House, hitting the rack in January of 1941. Cover art by Dan Zolnarowicz. Planet Comics had so many wonderful covers that it was oftentimes like splitting hairs when deciding between some of them. At 83, we have Strange Worlds, issue number 19, from Avon, out in February of 1955. We're not positive who the cover artist is, but it may be Gene Fawcett. I love the robots and the cylindrical space helmets on this cover. At 82, we have Space Western, issue number 40, from Charlton, hitting the stands in September of 1952. Cover artist is John Belfi. You had me at Cowboy and Spaceship on the same comic book cover. And last, at number 81, we have Robot Men of the Lost Planet, issue number 1, from Avon, produced in 1952. Unfortunately, the artist is unknown. Lovely women being abducted by the most ridiculously awesome aliens. And that will do it for the first 20 books as we count down the top 100 pre-code science fiction comics. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you got to see some books you either haven't seen before or haven't seen in quite some time. Please leave a comment and tell me your thoughts. Do I have some ranked too high or too low? Or there's some that shouldn't have made the list at all? I'd love to hear your feedback, and don't forget to join me for the next installment as we count down numbers 80 through 61.